Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about the pay was not worth it. Instacart Shopper calls out customer for not tipping after ordering $600 worth of groceries from Aldi. So as any app in the gig economy, the rule of thumb is, as always, no tip, no trip. But sometimes people believe because the order size is large enough, it is reasonable to expect the order to actually have a tip after service. And it seems like this driver is learning the hard way that this isn't the case at all. So with that said, we are talking about everything that is being said in this article, how it actually is for Doordash, UberEats, and Grubhub drivers and customers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. For gig economy contractors, scoring a big order frequently means a generous tip, but not always. An Instacart shopper says she didn't tip them on a massive 2-cart order at Aldi, shocking viewers in a now viral TikTok. There is this assumption that just because the order is large, that means there's going to be a better tip, and that's not always true. Great example of this, going online on Instacart during a crazy weather day or crazy rainy day or crazy snowy day. Look at how many people are ordering on Instacart and choosing to not tip their drivers. Like, you're expecting this high quality service, this premium service for literally nothing. The entitlement is unbelievable. If you can't tip your drivers, you should go get it yourself. But this contractor is just as guilty for taking the order and condoning that behavior as the customer choosing not to tip. They're in business for themselves. They need to see that, and they do see that, by the way. Instacart is totally transparent in that area. They tell you how many items, they tell me how many units, which is different than items, but that's for a different video. They tell you how much you're gonna drive from the store to the customer. They tell you exactly how many items and what is in the order, how much they're paying you, how much their tip is, and everything. If you see that, why would you condone that behavior? It makes no sense. A video posted by TikToker Elijah Baker at Stank Moth on August 6th shows 2 Instacart shoppers loading items onto the checkout belt. Baker says the customer ordered over 7,500 items, costing them $600. In the background, the viral TikTok sound of a man singing the words "Big Back" repeatedly plays. Big back is a London originating term for big buttocks, but has been rebranded and popularized on TikTok as a derogatory term for fat. I'm gonna leave his TikTok as well as his profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. That said, 7,500 items for $600 on Instacart. By the way, that's impressive in itself, that it's actually that cheap. But that's not really what we're talking about today. Second, you expect somebody to go into a store, shop for that many items for hours. Keep in mind, this is happening for hours during the course of the order, and then not tip your driver? What was the expectation there? The amount of entitlement that is unbelievable. Viewers react. Viewers take note of the sound and justify that the order may be for a big family. Nah, whoever can shop like this must be freezer goals, because I'd be barely fitting a week worth in there, a viewer writes. Another adds, no judgment here. I don't know her circumstances. Tell me you don't tip your drivers without telling me you don't tip your drivers. And you're justifying the behavior or not justifying the behavior by not understanding their circumstances. It doesn't matter what her circumstances are. It's no tip, no trip. Not no tip, do the order anyway. Not no tip, they're a family so they get a pass. Not no tip, expect some sort of tip after service because of the size of the order. No tip, no trip. It's that simple, especially for people like this. You expect anybody to work with you for free? You're out of your goddamn mind. In the comments, Baker says that when he helped bring the food into the customer's house, they didn't have room for all the groceries. Then why did you even order that many if that's what your situation was? What do you mean you didn't have room? I feel like I need the full story on this. Like, what? How? Why? In the comments, viewers expressed their shock at the large order, and many are hopeful that Baker received a tip for shopping and bringing the groceries to the customer's house. Big racks, cause that much food on one shopping trip in this economy is crazy, one exclaims. I hope she tipped well. That's a lot of stuff to shop, another writes. Oh man, I hope you got a nice tip, a third says. You know, it's funny because you see that right away. And if there wasn't a tip prior, you shouldn't have done the order. How long would it take you to shop for that many items on Instacart? I guarantee you it was more than an hour. It's probably more than 2 hours. And checking it out in Aldi where there's like one register open half the time? Terrible. No tip for a large order. Baker says that the customer didn't tip. He only made $25 from the order, which he says was not worth it. See, exactly that. It's not worth it. Why would you want to work with someone like that? That's disgusting. Others suspect the customer couldn't afford such a big haul thanks to food stamps. Her stamps was stolen, so she got that double deposit because ain't no way this is a normal month for this lady, a commenter says. I do this with my EBT, LOL. I on care who looks, I got mouths to feed, another writes. Well, I'm sorry, but gig workers are not doing this for charity. I don't understand why there are so many drivers that are okay with doing that kind of charity. We are in this to make money. We're not here to take a $25 order and take 4 hours on it. That makes no sense. For that amount of money, you might as well get a minimum wage job. According to Instacart's website, Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, SNAP benefits cannot be used to tip. So if a customer used theirs for their order, they couldn't add a tip even if they wanted to. Then you shouldn't be ordering on Instacart. I'm sorry, that's one of those things that shouldn't be on any gig platform. Keep in mind, this is a source of income for us. We don't want to end up in the situation where we need food stamps to survive. We're doing this because we want to make extra money. We're doing this because we're in business for ourselves. We're using this as an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not the goal. I don't understand why SNAP benefits are even on Instacart. I don't understand why they're on Doordash. I don't understand why they're on any platform. It makes no sense. Customers like that don't need our assistance. It's just a fact. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. Here's the reality. For customers, this is a luxury service. Sure, the person could be disabled. Sure, the person could be something to where she can't go get the food herself, whatever. But if they're not tipping, they're not making sure the driver's being taken care of, no tip, no trip. Not no tip, do the order anyway. Not no tip, cry about how the order didn't pay enough. Not no tip, waste 4 hours for less than minimum wage and make a TikTok about it. No tip, no trip. It's really that simple. And I wish more people would talk about that. Aldi is particularly that way, where a lot of customers are like that. Dollar Tree, same gist. All these other dollar stores like Dollar General, not worth the time. The shopping orders that I take are either on Walmart Spark, and they definitely have a tip because I'm not taking an order without a tip, even if the base pay is sufficient. And then there's also the other side to that. And sometimes there's these low item count orders that end up on Instacart and Grubhub that pay really well. But I'm certainly not wasting hours of my time not getting paid what I'm worth. Now, let's say this order had 7,500 items and it paid very well. Okay, that makes sense to me. But that's rarely the case for Aldi orders. And not to mention on Instacart, you're also running the risk of tip baiting, which imagine wasting all those hours of time shopping only to get tip baited. All in all, if you are somebody who ends up doing Instacart orders for any reason or any shop and deliver orders for any reason, make sure it's worth the time. There's nothing as painful as being a gig economy worker and putting in even more work than somebody else and then not getting compensated for what you do, because that just sucks overall. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.